Hey friends, it's May 2nd. It's good to be with you on Read Through the Word. Hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing well today. Yesterday we had our just celebratory praise and worship time with King David and celebrating the God who he loved, who he trusted, who rescued him, who gave him victory. And then today, wow, it's a whammy, isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Goodness gracious. There are several things in under my something new that I wanted to share with you about today's reading. The differences in Psalm, I don't know why I want to say Psalm, 2 Samuel 24 and 1 Chronicles 21. When it says the Lord burned against Israel and caused David to harm them by taking a census. And then it says in 1 Chronicles 21:1, Satan rose up against Israel and caused David to take a census. I've sent you or provided you 2 links for the commentary Enduring Word on both of those. I encourage you to go and read those. I also shared a link, Why Was God Angry? Regarding this situation. So take a look at that. And then who is Araunah the Jebusite? That was interesting to me. And that was my something new. So you feel free to share that as well, or to take a look at that as well. He who has a religion that costs him nothing has a religion that is worth nothing. Nor will any man esteem the ordinance of God if those ordinances cost him nothing. David has felt the weight of his sin in taking the census. And it has weighed heavy on him. And he considers it a sin. He has accepted the punishment for the sin. And again, this is another wonderful display of the humanity of David and his relationship with God and the his quickness to conviction of sin and his response to that. It doesn't make sense to us, the extreme punishment that the choices that he was given. So any of them were extreme. Hopefully, some of the things that I shared with you today will explain some of that. But Adam Clarke's quote there, he who has a religion that costs him nothing has a religion that is worth nothing, caught my eye when I was reading and studying. David said that day, Gad, who's the priest, came and said, go up and build an altar to the Lord on the threshing floor of Araunah the Jebusite. So David went up to do what the Lord had commanded him. When Araunah saw the king and his men coming toward him, he came and bowed before him, the king with his face to the bowed before the king to his face to the ground. Why have you come, my lord king? To which David replied, I have come to buy your threshing floor to build an altar to the Lord there, so he will stop the plague. Take it, Lord, and use it as you, or Lord King, use it as you wish. To which David replies, no, I insist on buying it. For I will not present burnt offerings to the Lord my God that have cost me nothing. David is experiencing the gravity of his sin, but also, I believe, the gratitude of the forgiveness of God. He is on the brink of the forgiveness of God. He must offer a sacrifice and knows that anyone would give him anything because he is king. But he says, no, no, I must not offer the Lord my God something that costs me nothing. And it really got me thinking, what exactly has following Jesus cost me? What have I given up to follow Jesus? There are people around the world, there are people within and we're in America here, that are in America that have lost their lives, lost their livelihoods for the cause of Christ. What have I actually suffered? What have I given up to love Jesus? Some friends? Some places that I shouldn't go and I don't go? R-rated movies? And that's not a judgment on somebody that watches R-rated movies. That's just between me and God. Really? I don't really have words. Where there is true, strong love to Jesus, it will cost something. Love is the costliest of all undertakings. But what shall we mind if we gain Christ? You cannot give up for him without regaining everything you have renounced, purified, and transfigured. Isn't that something? What F.B Meyer is suggesting is things that we give up for loving and serving Jesus will receive back purified and transfigured. Maybe not in the same form. Obviously, transfigured is his word there. But what we get back is so much more. The cost of following Jesus. Jesus himself says this, and he said to all, if anyone come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me daily. So therefore, any one of you who does not renounce all that he has cannot be my disciple. Love is the costliest of all undertakings. But what shall we mind if we gain Christ? David knew that he couldn't sacrifice something that cost him nothing. The life that Jesus gave up for us is the very life he wants for us. And that is a life of fullness and freedom, complete and total freedom, of love, of peace, even when it doesn't seem like it's peaceful around us. That's the life he wants us to have. And it means giving up some of the things that we think give us peace, they give us love, they give us joy. There's nothing like the fruit of the Spirit. When we give up what we think is good such a, that word's just, it's really kind of flat, isn't it? It can't compare to what we get that is purified and transfigured from God. Pay the price. Pay the price, whatever it is, to follow Jesus. We'll see you next time on Read Through the Word.